Your wild heart, your true self is starving. The longing you feel in the quiet hours, the ache for connection with something greater than yourself, it's that hunger asking to be fed. It lives in all of us. This longing, this hunger, is your soul's need for the sacred. The mistake almost everyone makes is to believe that what we consider holy or magical lives somewhere else, in a distant temple, behind an hour of silence you can never seem to find time for, inside objects and rituals you don't know or possess. A practice hidden behind incense, robes, and the heavy old word religion. So the longing keeps aching, the sacred stays distant, and the wild thing inside you goes unfed. The sacred is not found, complete, waiting to be discovered. It is made, woven by hand into the fabric of ordinary life through small acts enlivened with intent. And that making is how you field the wild thing, right where you already live, with your own hands in the life you already have. What is it that makes a thing holy? We call something sacred when we believe it carries the power to heal, to help, to transform. And that belief is the practice, using your thoughts and actions to bring your soul into the world. Your beliefs and your imagination are the wellspring of all wonder. They are what let you take an idea, a dream, an ordinary object, and change it with meaning until it becomes magical. This is the origin of the oldest human art. You knew this once. When you were small, everything meant something. A puddle, a beetle, a stone in your pocket. The world was thick with magic, and it fed you. And then you were tamed, and that stripped the magic out and handed you a world of dead objects. And the wild thing in you began to starve. Feeding it is putting the sacredness back, one act at a time, until the world around you is alive again. Thousands of cultures across thousands of years, with no contact between them, arrived at strikingly similar conclusions about the nature of the sacred. The mystery schools of the ancient world taught it. Mystics in every century since have said the same things over and over. The specifics differ wildly, the gods, the languages, the ceremonies, but underneath them, the instruction is identical everywhere. Find the divine within yourself and connect it with everyday life. The oldest rituals we know were about belonging to a place, to a season, to a community of living and non-living things. The word communion shares its root with community. To touch the sacred is to end, for a moment, the loneliness of being a separate self, to become one with the landscape, with the people you love, with the natural world itself. To recognize that the earth is your home, and every living thing is a member of your extended family. That belonging is the living world the wild thing came from, and the world it wants you back in. So how do you actually do this in the life you already have? Much of what follows I owe to Thomas Moore, whose book Care of the Soul maps exactly this ground. Each practice is small, physical, and available to you tonight. And each one does the same quiet thing. It takes something invisible, a dream, a wish, a value, a longing, and gives it a body in the physical world. That joining of inner and outer worlds is its beating heart. Begin with creating a place for the sacred. Set aside a corner of a room in your home for whatever you hold to be holy, a shrine or a private temple. Decorate it however you like, so long as it is filled with things that inspire mystery and awe. A special candle or a found object, a photograph that resonates, a beautiful stone, a line of poetry or scripture that speaks to you. Make it a place that you can sit and reflect, perform a ritual, and rest in the presence of mystery. You are building the wild thing a den inside the tame house, and a house with such a corner as a center. Give yourself time there. Make contemplation a regular practice. Set aside time for an informal private retreat. Daily if you can manage it, weekly if you can't. Robinson Jeffers, a great poet who wrote his poems from a stone tower he raised with his own hands above the Pacific, knew an easy entryway. Silence and darkness, he wrote, those two great staring eyes that see God. You don't need a monastery. Silence and solitude alone, a closed door, a quiet hour, are enough to return you to your own depths. Another valuable practice is to pay attention to your dreams. Connect your inner and outer worlds by giving your dreams a physical form. Keep a dream journal, but go one step past merely writing them down. Take an image from a dream and make it into something, a drawing, a poem, a small shape in clay. The artist Linda Sterling said that art is the conversion of personal experience into universal truth, and that great artists create and maintain their own mythologies. That is precisely what you do when you carry a dream out of the dark of sleep and into the world. The wild lives in your inner landscape, and this is how you let it speak. You're building a private mythology and giving it life. Make holy objects, a feather, a stone, a shell gathered from a shore you love. Your belief and intent give the object power. And in that act, you practice the oldest spiritual craft there is, the transformation of the ordinary into the sacred. Make rituals of your own, invented by you for the passages your life contains. A ceremony for an ending or for a beginning, for releasing a grief you've carried a long time without setting it down. Rituals give lived experience meaning and celebrate the sacred. This is how new traditions are born and how customs first begin. Yours can begin this week. And when you're ready for something larger, take a journey. The spiritual traditions of the world are full of them. The pilgrimage, the labyrinth, the maze, the vision quest, the initiation into mysteries, the long homeward odyssey. Joseph Campbell devoted his life to showing that beneath every one of them lies a single theme: the hero's journey, the search for understanding, the return home with the sacred flame of wisdom. You need not cross an ocean. A walk taken in search of the divine, open to wonder, is that same ancient journey in miniature. And it is the one that sets you back down in that same living world. Anything that weds an inner urge to an outer experience carries this power. And notice what all of these share. Each rests on one thing only: imagination, on your willingness to go deep enough that the meaning becomes something felt physically in your hands and your heart. Thomas Moore put it plainly: the sacred appears where imagination achieves depth and fullness. What opens the sacred to you is inner exploration, allowing your imagination free rein, whatever you believe and however new your ritual. You do not need all of these. Choose one. Set up the corner, keep the journal, take a walk. A single practice, return to again and again, will carry you further than a dozen that you admire but you never act on. The returning is the point, because the world retames you every morning, and every day you need to make it alive once more. Do that, and something shifts. The ordinary days stop feeling empty. The longing that arrives in the quiet hours is finally sated, and you begin to live, a little at a time, inside the enchantment you always suspected was there. The wild thing in you fed at last. These are the doorways for bringing the holy into daily life. Behind them stand the four great gates the mystics kept rediscovering in every tradition and every century, the deepest ways in of all. And that is what we will explore in our next video.